Hello, boys and girls. How are you doing today? Awesome. Are you enjoying your Sunday here at the museum? It's kind of chilly outside, huh? True. You like the weather like this? Oh no! Well, it's nice and warm inside, so we'll be okay. Well, we're learning about something super cool today. Does anyone have a guess about what we're talking about? What do you think?
And we're learning about volcanoes.
We are learning about volcanoes. Volcanoes are super cool. Who here has ever seen a volcano? Either in pictures or in movies or on TV? A couple people. And books. That's right. Have a couple of these. See, she loves volcanoes. Well, volcanoes are part of another cool topic. They're part of geology. And geology is all about rocks and the earth and minerals and all sorts of cool stuff. Did you have a question?
What's volcanoes was big and the sun is much hotter?
The sun is much hotter than a volcano. That's true, but volcanoes are still super hot. Did you have a question as well? No? Okay. Well, we are talking about volcanoes and geology, and Miss Frizzle is a resident expert of geology, and she's going to teach us all about it. She's not quite here yet. She's having trouble parking her bus, so we're just going to get started without her. She has, come on in, you're fine. You're fine, come on in.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'll go to the next one.
Okay, sure. So she has 3 rules when she teaches the class that she really appreciates that her students follow. The first one is super simple. Make sure you say crisscross applesauce with your back pockets on the carpet. That way no one's fingers and toes get stepped on. My friends in the chair, just make sure your back pockets stay on the seat of the chair. When you're in class and you want to ask your teacher a question, what do you do?
Raise your hand.
You raise your hand. That's right. Can we all practice raising our hands big and tall? Awesome. Come on in, my friends. There's plenty of room. We're just getting started. Do you guys like to do science experiments?
Yeah.
A bunch of you do, I'm sure. Do you like to volunteer to help with science experiments?
Yes.
Awesome. So when you want to volunteer, what do you do?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. That's right. Do you raise your hand and go, me, I want to do it, me? Do you do that? No. You raise your hand nice and quietly, and Miss Frizzle will call you. I promise. There's a lot of stuff volunteering today. The third rule, I'll get my hand just a second, okay? The third rule is the most important rule. We can't teach a show without it. Does anyone know what it is? I know you know what it is. I know you know what it is. Do you know what it is? You don't know what it is? That's okay. What is it?
Have fun.
Have fun. That is right. And who's ready to have fun today?
Me.
You guys are? That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Are you ready to have a lot of fun today?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a little bit better. That side of the room is pretty excited. We have to get you guys excited. So let's try and find Miss Frizzle. She has a very favorite word that when she gets excited about science, she likes to shout. Has anyone ever heard it besides you two? No. What is it? Go ahead.
Wahoo.
Wahoo. That is great. When she gets super excited about science, she goes, wahoo! And that's why her hair is all curly and red, because she has so much science in her brain. So we're going to try and find her by yelling wahoo on the count of 3. Are you guys ready? Let's try.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Wahoo!
All right, so let's put your science fingers on. Did everyone bring them? Did you guys bring them? No, I don't think we were loud enough. We have to be so loud that everyone in the entire museum can hear us. Are you guys ready to be that loud?
Yes.
All the way to the front desk where Miss Frizzle's probably going to walk by. On the count of 3, let's yell wahoo really loud. 1, 2, 3.
Wahoo!
Today. You ain't nothing but a rubber hand. Rounds everywhere. I'm staying on right now. Part of the let the speed. Woo! For rocks. Are you guys ready to dig deep into the earth and find out about rocks today? Are you ready to really get down into the world of rocks? Are you ready to take chances?
Yeah.
Are you ready to make mistakes?
Yeah.
Wahoo! Maybe we can do that all together as we find out about rocks. Rocks are pretty amazing and they are all around us. And they can tell us stories. Do you hear the story that this rock is telling? Is it talking to me? No, it doesn't make any sound. Maybe there's writing on it. Can I read a rock with a big magnifying glass like this? No.
Maybe.
No. Is there any letters on it? Does it say once upon a time on it? No, it doesn't. So how do we read a rock? We're going to find out
today. Different ways that we can learn about rocks. Yes.
My headband was bothering me.
And you took it off? Good call. That was a good idea. We're making a change. So we know that rocks are formed inside of the earth. There's all this hot stuff called the mantle. Have you heard of the mantle? Yeah, all this melted rock inside of the earth. And then there's rock on top of the earth too. Do we live on rock? Yes. And all these rocks, we can look at them and they will tell us how they've been changed over time, where they were formed, maybe how they traveled, all from looking at one little rock. So how do they do that? We know they don't talk, and we know there's not writing on them, but they are changed by powerful earth forces that are going on under our feet all the time. They're still going on right now. Hang on just a minute. I'll take questions in a little bit, okay? This is a brand new island created off the coast of Japan by a volcano just a couple weeks ago. And it's as long as 6 football fields. A new island just appeared. So these powerful earth forces are still changing our earth right up to this very minute. Does anyone know what we call a scientist who studies rocks? And what the earth is made out of? And how earth forces change things? Do you know what we call that science? Archaeologist. An archaeologist studies ancient cultures, and they do dig down into the rocks. But somebody who's studying just the rocks, not anything that got left behind in the rocks, what do we call them? Any guesses? What do we call them? Do you have another guess? Paleontologist also digs down in the rocks, and they are looking for signs of ancient life. Fossils, right? Signs of ancient life, things that used to be alive. But rocks are not alive. So what do we call a scientist who studies just rocks? What do you think? They go boom like that. They do. They study volcanoes, which go boom. They're called a geologist. Can you say geologist? Geologist. We are going to be geologists today as we find out about 3 important kinds of rock. Because rock comes in different types, and we put it in categories depending on how it was made. Igneous rock forms where it's hot. Sedimentary rock is that new stuff on top. Squeeze either one with tons of force and you get metamorphic rock. Of course. So how does all these different rocks get changed over time? Let's do an experiment and find out. I need someone to be a powerful earth force for me today. Do you want to be an earth force?